Hey friends, it's Elizabeth. Before we dive into our story for today, let's do a very quick refresher on all the things that we've been talking about these past few weeks. Let's go! Number 1, Joseph's brothers got rid of him because his dad liked him the best and they didn't like that very much.
Yeah, and the funny dreams and the cool looking coat didn't help much either.
Number 2, after being sold into slavery, being falsely accused, then interpreting some dreams in prison, Joseph finds himself as Pharaoh's right-hand man after he interprets Pharaoh's dreams about the long famine that is ahead in the future.
And a famine is a time without a lot of food, if you didn't know that already. Joseph also had the idea from God to save food before the famine.
Number 3, during the famine, none other than Joseph's own brothers show up in Egypt asking for help from Joseph. This is exactly what Joseph had dreamt about when he was a teenager. Joseph gives them the complete runaround, but then finally exposes his true identity as their brother.
Whoa, I would not want to be in Joseph's brother's shoes.
Number 4, in a surprising turn of events, and with God's help of course, Joseph is able to forgive his brothers for all that they had done to him, and they get to move closer to him.
Hey, after all those crazy bad things that happened to Joseph, God really flipped his life around for good.
Now, everything seems pretty good for Joseph and his family. He's reconnected with his dad, he has his own family, he's got some kids, and he's probably had time to bond with his brothers a lot. However, this is not the end, because Jacob eventually gets really sick. And what do you do when a relative is sick? You visit them, of course. So Joseph and his family visit Jacob. Joseph brings along his 2 sons named Manasseh and Ephraim, and Jacob wants to talk to them up close and personal. Hello, Father. It's your son, Joseph.
Oh, I'm very sick. I'm gonna be with God soon. Don't forget about all the things God has done for us and our family. He keeps his promises and blesses us even when we don't deserve it.
Father, this is your son, Manasseh, and this is his brother, Ephraim.
Oh, I can't believe that I get to see you and your children. Come closer, children. Come closer. 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 Even more closer. 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 I leave you with many wonderful blessings for you and your future generations to enjoy.
Now, after blessing Joseph and his kids, Jacob meets with his other sons, who are Joseph's brothers. Jacob was literally on his deathbed, but before he went to be with God, he blessed each of his other sons and told them exactly what God had planned for them in their futures.
But how did Jacob know what was going to happen to his sons if he was just a normal guy?
Good question. God revealed these prophecies to him. I won't read all of them out to you, but there is one that sticks out to me because it reminds me of something, or should I say, someone, very, very important. Judah, my son, is a young lion that has finished eating its prey. Like a lion, he crouches and lies down. Like a lioness, who dares to rouse him? The scepter will not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from his descendants, until the coming of the one to whom it belongs, the one whom all nations will honor. Genesis 49, verse 9 to 10.
Hey, who's the one that Jacob was talking about? And why does he get a really cool scepter in everyone's honor?
Why don't you all try to answer this question? If you think you know who the prophecy is talking about, yell his name as loud as you can. Wow, that is so loud, I could hear you through the camera. You are correct. It is Jesus. How cool is it that so many years before Jesus ever came to earth, God told Judah that his great grandsons would be Jesus. Sometimes you might have heard people call Jesus the Lion of Judah, and now you know why, because he is a long descendant of Judah, and he's also powerful and mighty like a lion. Out of all the blessings that were given to Jacob's children, Jesus is the best one. He came to die on the cross and rise again so you and I could have a relationship with him.
Now, back to Jacob, who has just died.
with Joseph by his side. As promised, his children take Jacob's body and bury him in Canaan, their home. After they all get back to Egypt, Joseph's brothers are a little nervous around him. They wonder,
Was Joseph just waiting until our dad died till he could take his revenge out on us? Has Joseph just been plotting to get rid of us this whole time, just like we did to him? Was Joseph just being nice to us in front of our dad?
now, even though they had every good reason to be terrified, we know that God had helped Joseph to forgive them. Instead of getting revenge against his brothers, Joseph remembers who was in control the entire time. He tells them,
You planned to harm me, but God planned it for good. He planned to do what is now being done. He wanted to save many lives. Genesis 50, verse 20.
just like Joseph remembered that God was in control of his crazy life, let's try and remember who is in control of our crazy lives.
And just how amazing it is that Jesus eventually came to earth from the long line of this family. Hey guys, thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed.
Can't wait to see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.